On the Spot TV.
On the Spot Entertainment.
On the Spot Entertainment.
On the Spot Entertainment.
We're on the spot.
On the Spot Entertainment.
On the Spot Entertainment.
On the spot, so we bought from long time.
Well, on the spot, I go burn them from long time.
On the Spot Entertainment.
Right now you're locked with On the Spot.
You're on the spot.
On the spot, so don't touch it.
On the Spot Entertainment. On the spot, have the whole place locked. Keep your eye focused on what?
And if you don't like how I talk, suck your mother. Hey.
On the Spot Entertainment. People then get a large amount of refreshment, no embarrassment, replacement.
Mr. McGregor himself. I'm Soldier. Last year on the Spot Entertainment. Welcome to the my respect. On the Spot Entertainment, I will that. Mr. Glenn Simmons right here, you know. You mentioned it later, yeah? Definitely. You know, all right. Respect. Yeah, man.
This is Dara Stewart from On the Spot Entertainment. I'm here with the man himself, Mr. Freddie McGregor. Freddie, welcome to Atlanta again.
Greetings.
All right.
My respect.
All right, as far as your label, Big Ship, you know, is doing good in Japan.
Yes.
How does that make you feel, knowing that you're getting all that response and love from a foreign country?
Yeah, we work hard to earn that really, because it's something you have to earn. And we've been releasing stuff in Japan for years. We've always had a label deal there. We were with Sony. We were with a company called 24/7, and now we've been distributed by Victor Entertainment. So it's a transition, and we've been there for many, many years. So we always have distribution in there, so we're always in there doing promotions as well. So no surprise that that's built up to what it is right now.
Okay, do you have any Japanese artists on that label?
Yes, of course, we have Boy Ken, which is a crucial Japanese DJ. And yeah, we have a few more DJs that we work with. We have a female Japanese DJ that we've just done some stuff with in Jamaica also.
All right, speaking of DJs, I know your sons are in the music business also, producing and, you know, helping out as far as with the music. And they're taking it to another level. How do you feel about that?
I feel good about.
All right.
I'm to the point where I'm thinking of starting another label, probably called Big Ship Tour or so. Because they're into different things, and the other day Steve said to me, Daddy, maybe we should keep Big Ship as the original label, because we still have for the grassroots stuff, and start another label, maybe Big Ship Tour or something. We can filter the other things we're doing. But at the moment they're really focused and they're doing great, and I'm thankful that I'm alive to see them start to do well. Because that was the real purpose and the aim of it all.
Okay.
Yes, greetings, blessed love.
Yeah, man. So, well, I tell you, Freddie, we always appreciate the fact when we have people who are foundation members of the music we all love, reggae music, and to this day, still going strong, still doing their thing. So we want to say, first of all, congratulations on the longevity of the business, and also thank you for the works that you've done for the music.
Yeah, give thanks, and I guess you've said it perfectly well. Like them say, a king don't really get honor in my home country,
Right.
which is for the most part true still. So when people genuinely understand our work and what we do, and give us the respect for it, we truly give thanks. Really swell up our heads, so just make we know so we're up on the right path and we'll continue to do what we do. But yes, it is very ironic to what name now, Jamaica, the mayor for Kingston, Mr. Desmond McKenzie. He just give me a big piece of gold to Jamaica. I never knows that Jamaica have so much gold either. Yeah, he give me a nice piece of gold, Wow. Myself and John Holt after a concert we just did down there for Richie Stevens. Which was really nice again to, like me saying, when you get honor in your home country, it's always a special one and a great honor for me. And New York, this past award that they had up there too. Them awarded me for the most consistent artist too. I don't get the trophy yet, but I know somebody have it for me. and at the same time, Florida, won the reggae soca category for the album of the year. I think that was a tie with Jack Ure. That was from Coming In Tough, and the one in Jamaica. So it is happening, and I guess it's what you put into it, because the work when we put in it, is it may I get paid for both financially and reward-wise, award and reward. So which is really good, and we give thanks to the people for the support over so many years. Because 43 years, frightening, but it's 43 years already.
I've been doing this music, this cultural thing, this diversity thing for over 40 years. What
43 to be exact.
43 to be exact. What is your secret? Can you tell us about your secret? What motivates you to keep on doing it?
I was going to say it. I'm going to tell you, firstly, the love for it. Because you have to love what you're doing, right? Which is the music. When I grew up in East Clarendon, and as a youth, I used to have all these visions of going abroad and performing for people. And I made up a little song called Roll Dumpling Roll. If you want to know, dumpling sweet, dip it into coconut oil. And people used to give me threepence to sing the song because it was pound, shilling, and pence back then. But consistency is very important. These days, I'm now learning that I did not choose music. The music chose me, and I followed. Because I truly followed, and at the age of 7, I went to Kingston. I didn't even know what I was doing, to be honest, because you really wanted to hear your voice on radio, which was a trend at the time. And I followed, I ended up at Coxsone Studio One, which became the equivalent to Motown Records in America at the time. Coxsone would be likened to Berry Gordy. So all the great artists would be at Studio One. And so if you were a student there, you didn't graduate with the knowledge necessary to make you whatever you are to be today, then you wasn't a good student. So I like to think of myself as being a good student at Studio One. And all the things that I've learned is what I've put into my own music today. But consistency is the major key here. If you recognize your role, you have to be consistent, not overdo it. Because if you overdo it, you can't last for long. But if you're consistent and you control how you do what you do, it's going to last for as long as you want it to. 43 years is a long time. Sometimes it feels like 23. But yeah, we're still having albums and we still have popular songs. So it is a blessing, and I even give thanks more for that every day, because it confirms to me that this was not even my will.
Freddie, you started out, when you had to literally stand on a beer box.
Beer box, red stripe. Them beer, they used to have some sediment in it, cause some beer. But so dad used to keep dance, and he used to have a Coxsone sound system. The man, they always have truck enough beer,
Right.
So when my time come for record my first song, Bob Marley, Bunny Wailer, them stack up a couple of beer boxes so me could have stand up on it for reach the height of Ernest Wilson. And so that was really fun to think about it now.
Yes. And also, you mentioned your supporters. And what's interesting, Freddie, is that your supporters, of course you have the songs for the ladies love you. The everybody, the conscious tune them, everybody loves Freddie McGregor. Why is that?
Well, I was always sometimes worried when people refer to Freddie McGregor and Freddie McGregor as the love song, the love singer.
Right.
And I kind of feel say a Kojo the man there, Berries, I call him Kojo, Virgin Vibe that. So, and people really love Kojo love songs. And people label me as the love singer. But if you check 90% of my work, or 95%, culturally oriented, because I write about culture songs.
Absolutely.
But people seem to sometimes don't take the time to get into songs like those.
Right.
From the woman, them scream out about a song. I'm going to say is I shouldn't have to tell you how I feel. Your loving is real from the crown of my head to my big toe.
And some wicked lyrics there.
Well, I guess that's why the woman them believe in it and behave that way there. But at the end of the day, I really love what I do. When I make a love song, I write it as if it happened to me last night. And a culture song will put the same kind of meaning and depth into it, and I think that is what we're really supposed to do, just entertain people and make people happy.
Absolutely. We're going to touch something from Freddie, come back and talk some more, but right now, more Freddie.
Then fight them tune
That's you, Freddie.
Yeah, for real enough.
That's you, the right.
Man, them behave like a find you coulda off, you coulda puff, you coulda rough and tough. Make the Rasta man. Well, that is one of my favorite Freddie McGregor albums, so, and especially for the album cover, because that album cover was voted album cover of the year in Miami. Clinton Lindsay always come up with some little things. That vote album cover wise, but the concept. Well, a lady went to jail in Moscow for it too. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, and she bought the album and was going back to England, but her flight went through Russia. when she got to Moscow, immigration saw the album cover.
Wow.
And interrogate her and want to know if there's anything bad about Brezhnev.
Right, yeah, because
So them carry the album and play it and I translate in English back to them and tell them no, it don't have anything political to do with it.
What I appreciate about what you said, you know, growing up in humble settings, Hayes Clarendon, right? You went abroad, you performed for people like Prince Charles, Nelson Mandela. How does it make you feel, you know, coming from
Really
such
good.
humble...
Really good, because it was a deliberate thing to me when we performed for Prince Charles in Brixton in the UK. And I mean, I'm on stage mashing up the place.
Right.
I mean, I sing Africa Here I Come, and Prince Charles up there like this.
Jamming.
And he made to the beat, I'll do him out of timing, but him still doing thing. And I'm like, yeah, this is really important, you know, because these are some of the people we really want to take it to. So that was a great achievement in my mind. And with Nelson Mandela, we had just come back from South Africa. And we even went to his house with the hope of meeting him, which we didn't, but we met Mrs. Mandela. He was after Germany. And so we met up back with him in England on that very trip. So it was very significant and very important to us. And for us, Nelson is daddy. That's what we call him, not daddy.
Right.
That was a great feeling, watching him up there doing everything while we were entertaining.
Do you mind giving us a little sample of your album, you know?
The album is called Coming In Tough, and that's the title track from the album. There's also a duet with myself and Anthony B, which is a real crucial party track. There's a combination with myself and Morgan Heritage, which in my estimation is one of Morgan Heritage's best combination songs, and mine too. And there's a song with myself and Sister Marcia Griffiths, United We Stand, an awesome version. But there are tracks on the album that I personally love. Some of the tracks we're going to be doing tonight is like one of my all-time favorite songs from I Was This Small Car. Ooh, child, things are gonna be easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Among several other songs. We're going to be doing old songs, new songs, songs from then, songs from when, songs from now.
Whatever you do,
Tonight will be a very special night. Well, that is a certainty.
That's my ultimate favorite.
That is for
Means a lot to me,
certainty.
so.
So, what do you have lined up for the folks of Atlanta this evening, Fred?
Tonight,
Yeah, man.
more than them can manage.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, for real thing. Because say, long time when I get to deal with Atlanta proper. And Atlanta is one of the places where it was always our favorite places. I remember coming through Reggae Sunsplash on the waterfront, and we always had a grand time here. Can't tell you, say, whoever missed that show here tonight, you might not get it again around here like this. So, I don't know what it for say. The whole crew is in town.
I haven't introduced myself so far right now. Bad manners. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jason Skywalker. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get more Christian, you know. He said he will wait for you. Ladies and gentlemen, now really wait time now. Big ship recording artists all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. International Reggae Day Reggae Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage, Freddie.
Greetings, massive. Tonight we make sure that precious on the man give for Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie first. I also want to say it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. Long time when I come out Atlanta say tonight is the proper thing. So massive and crew, you ready? Yeah! What am I doing with this man? I'm straight up say music tonight. you wanna stay, come my way. If you wanna go, you must go. And if you wanna stay, come my way. If you wanna